with big old blobs on the front were not flattering in any way on any shape or form. "I'd prefer a 12-month lease," Mrs. Beckett answered, tugging at the banded hem of the sweatshirt and making the manatee shimmy a little. "But I suppose we could shorten it to 6. Would 6 months work for you?" 6 months. Delaney wasn't certain she'd be staying 6 weeks, much less half the year. Given her current set of circumstances, she couldn't plan that far ahead, but she suspected a month-to-month place would be hard to find in the middle of Snowmageddon, and this little shack did have a certain charm to it. Maybe it was the lacy scrolled woodwork in the corner of the doorways, or the thick crown molding. It was cute and cozy, in its own antiquated way. And Lord knew Delaney Masterson could use a little cute and cozy right about now, because she knew opulent and extravagant came with a huge emotional price tag. 6 months is okay, I guess. She adjusted her fake glasses once more. The landlady nodded. "Excellent. I have the leasing papers in my car. I'll just need your driver's license, a security deposit, and the first month's rent." Driver's license? Delaney's heart plummeted faster than the sales of her dad's last CD. She didn't want to show her driver's license to Donna Beckett. She didn't want to show it to anyone. She pressed a thumbnail against her bottom lip, stalling for time. "Right, okay. Here's the thing, Mrs. Beckett. My wallet got stolen last week, so I don't have my identification with me right now. But how about if I pay you 6 months' rent up front, in cash, and we call it good?" It was a risk. Delaney might have to move out on a moment's notice, and then she'd be out that extra money. But Mrs. Beckett's expression lit up like a marquee when Delaney said cash. Everybody loved cash, and if spending a little extra now meant keeping her ID tucked deep inside the Louis Vuitton backpack currently slung over her shoulder, then it was worth it. 6 months? In cash? When would you want to move in? Mrs. Beckett's voice was breathy now, livelier than it had been before. Yes, cash was definitely the way to go. Delaney gestured toward the window. "Today. Now. All of my stuff is in the car." Outside in the driveway sat the rusted yellow Volkswagen she'd bought a week ago from Ed's used car lot in Encino. $900. Cash. No questions asked, making it worth every penny, but not a penny more. "All your stuff is in that little thing?" Mrs. Beckett's pale brows knit as she squinted past the icy window glass at the aging vehicle. Herbie the love bug it was not, and that wasn't really all of Delaney's stuff. It was about 1/1,000,000th of her stuff, but it was all she'd managed to jam into her suitcase on her way out of town. Delaney forced a smile, dialing it up to extra bright, a trick she'd learned from her supermodel mother. If you act perky enough, people believe you're trustworthy. "I travel light." "I should say so. Where are you from?" Mrs. Beckett returned her gaze to Delaney's face. Delaney tugged down the brim of her baseball cap. Miami." It was the first location that popped into her head, but she wasn't from Miami. Of course she wasn't. She wasn't even from Florida. That was a stupid answer. Delaney tried to smile bigger to mask her mistake, but her lips wouldn't stretch any farther. Donna Beckett scratched her head, giving her short hair a little extra poof on one side. "Miami? My goodness. Why would you leave sunny Miami to come up here in this terrible weather?" That was an excellent question, and it needed a logical answer. But the truth was far from logical. Even Delaney realized that. She'd come here on a whim, an emotionally charged reaction sorely lacking in strategy. Still, she should have said she was from Fargo or Minneapolis or someplace just as cold and snowy as it was here, like Siberia or the South Pole. Duplicity was not a skill Delaney had mastered. Maybe it would get easier with practice. "I heard there was good skiing around here," she answered. Mrs. Beckett nodded. "Sure, I guess. Although for even better skiing, you'll want to head up north."